Hey, so this is a video then about the sacred drumming and ceremony for birth for birth keepers. It's basically it's a shamanic practitioner course for birth keepers, but really focused in on birth and ways of supporting birth through ceremony, through shamanic practices, shamanic visioning, um, from yourself, but also being able to support our clients in that aspect of their own journey, looking at birth as a rite of passage, looking at ways to strengthen their support through the shamanic facets of life, and through the gifts that are given to us through Mother Earth, our grandmother, our grandmothers, our ancestors, and the deities, the stories that are woven through life that still weave into our lives today if we want to pick up that thread and feel its resonance. We're going to be looking at the drum, we're going to be looking at ways to hold the space with the drum, holding the birth space with the drum, and case studies around all of that, because it's a really fine line of support and actually changing the whole atmosphere with the drum. We're also going to be looking at practices for supporting your parents, ways of grounding, ways for connection, your own practice. What is your practice, and how can you create a practice that is self-nurturing and self-caring for you? We're going to be looking at our own rites of passage and what that means for us as well. We're going to be looking at antenatally, the energies around the parents and the baby, the soul's journey, healing, energy balancing, which is really specific to pregnancy, and birth and postnatal. We're going to be looking at birth, the rite of passage of birth, holding space for birth, birth as a ceremony, ceremonies throughout antenatal, birth and postnatally, placenta, honouring and burial, and the baby's soul in relation to that, passing, life and death, because we as birth keepers stand at a veil and we're gatekeepers. We are going to be, there's lots of options for case studies, there's some reflective homework as well. It's going to be over 5 weekends, so those 5 weekends will cover self-care, antenatal, birth, postnatal, the passing, and the last weekend is going to be, when I say the passing, I mean ways of supporting, sorry I'm speaking so quickly, ways of supporting families that may experience a loss, and then we're going to the final weekend, so there will then be 9 months of mentoring you while you do these practices and offer these practices with your clients and work on yourself in a deeper way. The final weekend will be a rite of passage for you, for us, and it will also be covering aspects of the course that we need to cover in that last weekend. And then after that final weekend, if you still need another year's mentoring, that's fine. So essentially it's a year to a 2-year course, depending on the time frame of the case studies. There's so much packed into it. It's everything that I've been doing in the last 7 years with my own clients, and I've spent a long time thinking about it and trying to find ways to bring it into a course that works, that covers all the areas that I feel are important to cover. It also is certified, so you can gain insurance and you're going to be covered as well. Because I feel like as a course provider, that's important to me to cover that. Yeah, we're going to be, there's so much to cover. I was going to read out some quotes as well. So I'm going to read this one. This quote is from the 13 original clan mothers. It's the clan mother of the 10th moon cycle. Gossamer threads of life hold me, perched between earth and sky, weaving the web, dreaming the dream. Through the two worlds I will fly. With you as my muse, mother, I create the substance of dreams, allowing the artist within me to fashion my life with esteem. I mould the clay of experiences into sacred medicine bowl, capturing the essence of living as it sings deep in my soul. Your secrets of creation, mother, have taught me when to destroy the chains that have bound me, limiting the expressions of my joy. You have taught me how to labour, giving birth to the visions within, setting them free like silver arrows, kindling the fire of creation again. Although that could be a metaphor for birth, it's a metaphor for all of creation when you reach that 10th moon. And it talks about the web of life and how we are part of that web of life. And for me, as a doula, as a birth keeper, as a space holder, we're helping people to create, to weave those threads in a much more manageable way, so that they're weaving the threads and the patterns of their own life in a way that is supportive to them, to their children in front of them, and their ancestors behind them. And that point in time, as this new baby crosses the veil and comes into life, and the mother expands and opens to allow that existence to come in, that is, just imagine all those new threads of life forming that have already begun forming in the pregnancy, suddenly just coming out already, coming in. And the patterns, if that birth is held in the best way for the parent and they feel really empowered, the threads and the empowerment that is going to come through her, that is going to imprint positive patterns on her children and her grandchildren and those children beneath her, is so important. I've learnt this really firsthand as well from my own grandmother. She birthed her babies really positively, and if it wasn't for her and her imprint and that pattern that she created, I don't know if I would have been half as inspired myself. It's the job that we do as birth keepers is really important. I had a little song I was going to sing, because the course is also going to be about ritual and ceremony. So we're going to be looking at mother's blessings, we're going to be looking at burial, placenta burial, we're going to be looking at, as I say, ways of supporting loss. We're going to be looking at ceremonies for the moon, we're going to be looking at drum journeys, baby naming, all sorts of ceremonies rites of passage through this rite of passage through birth. And so with that is going to be songs as well. This is a soul path. Birth keepers are on a soul path. This is a path that your soul has led you to, and the clients that come to you are feeling their soul path as well. So the nature of the course is about really feeling true to yourself and feeling true to your soul and your soul's connection, and to support your clients in doing the same, to help them feel really empowered through this most important rite of passage in their life. I can't remember the words to this song now. We are birth keepers. We are birth keepers. We are birth keepers. We stand by the veil. We are birth keepers. We are birth keepers. We are birth keepers. We stand by the veil. We hold the space. We hold the space. We hold the space for life. We hold the space. We hold the space. We hold the space for life. We are birth keepers. We are birth keepers. We are birth keepers. We hold the space for life. We hold the space. We hold the space. We hold the space for life. We hold the space, we hold the space, we hold the space for life. We are birth keepers. We are birth keepers. We are birth keepers. We stand by the veil. So if you have any questions whatsoever about this course, I haven't spoken about pricing. The pricing is 1,111 because that's a magical number for you being on your soul path and drawing in what you need and being in the best of service to others, which is why I went for that as a price, as well as the fact that it fits in with all the other practitioner trainings. There's payment options as well for you to pay throughout the year, and we're going to be staying in a lovely location in Sussex. It's really lovely. You can stay overnight there as well if you want. There's options for camping, or you can actually book a bed. There's kitchen, and it's really near Lewes, and it's beautiful with beautiful grounds. If you've got any questions, send me an email to Eva Bay at sacredmotherhoodjourneys.com. So it's Eva Bay at sacredmotherhoodjourneys.com, and my website is sacredmotherhoodjourneys.com. So yeah, I'm gonna really look forward to doing this with you and